A woman made of sky sits atop a glass throne. Beneath her is a man. No, a boy, with tanned skin and short brown hair. He wore armor that was far too big for him, and a smile far too wide for her liking. He did not bow. "Who are you?" she asked, voice bellowing. His smile widened. "Andros!" he shouted up, almost laughing. "Andros Paravel! And you're her!" he exclaimed. "Your destiny!" He looked at him with disdain. "And what do you seek of me?" "Your blessing!" he shouted back up. Destiny scoffed. She had seen men and women far greater than that tiny Andros. "And why would I give you that?" he grinned. "Because I'll impress you." "And how would you go about doing that?" "A bet," he said. "Give me an impossible task and I'll do it. And if I am successful, I'll have your blessing." She scoffed before smirking. "Very well. I have a task for you. There is a great beast in your lands, a dragon of might and power, who has bidden their time and will soon attack. Find her and be rid of her, and you will have my blessing." No mere human could ever hope to slay a dragon. She would be rid of this pesky human quickly. It seemed only a few days after that Paravel returned. In fact, he returned looking no different than days before, a grin on his face, weapons clean and unused. "The dragon has been dealt with. She will no longer attack the lands of man any longer." Destiny gaped at him, but knew he was telling the truth, for no man could lie in her garden. She had made a wager, and she had lost. For the first time, Destiny met a man capable of changing fate. "Very well," she bellowed. "You shall have my blessing. You shall be king, the greatest king this world has ever seen, and I shall give you 5 gifts to prove this. The blessing of purity. A blade of pure white appears. The blessing of villainy. A ring with a gem like the eye of the most horrid beast appears. The blessing of war. A ring looking to be made of black feathers appears. The blessing of peace. A book appears of dual nature. And the final blessing, the blessing of kingship. A crown, seemingly made of Destiny's own light, appears. Each of these gifts was bestowed upon Andros, who would grow to found the kingdom of Indrathus as the first human to beat Destiny at a wager.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I will be playing Alice Klein, the Rift of Wenshang Wang.
Tele, and I will be playing Miss Adalaie Fonteva, the Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya, and I will be playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
Juno, Rift of Jane, and I'll be Juno,
Rift of
playing
Jane.
and I'm the Rift of Hera. Oh my god.
Yes.
And Simon, who plays Aron Frankel, the Rift of King David, will not be joining us for this episode.
Jane is now a goddess.
And
Obviously.
last we left off, there was an attack. Putting it mildly. 3 dragons, Ilmastrov, Terracentra, and Faranel, enacted their plan to attack Skystead, taking the Kingmakers kinda hostage.
Kinda?
Kinda hostage. I mean, is it hostage if you let them?
Voluntary kidnapping?
Okay. And you all are now being talked over by these dragons when a bell rings in the distance as someone pulls the bell tower. It rings much louder than you thought it would have over the land.
The bell tolls, the end is nigh. The bell tolls the chime of end of time.
Okay, this music is Mood Setter 1000.
This is a bop.
And as the bell rings, there is a slight shift in the earth, and all the dragons look over at the bell tower. All of you are blinded by a bright flash of light. Suddenly, where the storm clouds hang in the sky, a shape appears. It flies down, a familiar form, but much bigger than the others. It lands around the area of the bell tower. A white gold dragon lands. It looks like it has feathers along its face instead of scales, more bird-like in the shape of the mouth. Its wings softer appearing, but claws lined in gold. And it lands and it tilts its face around the clock tower, and it leans down. It says something so softly that you cannot hear, presumably talking to whoever rang the bell. And then it looks up at the other dragons.
Take a picture! I want to take a picture! I pull out the Polaroid and get go click, and then I lower it!
It's a beautiful picture. Like, this dragon is the most photogenic dragon in the universe. It's practically posing.
I start waving that Polaroid photo as I'm taking another picture, trying to wait for it to fly.
All the dragons sort of step back, caught off guard.
I take a picture of that.
Dragon tilts its head.
I think it's a queen.
Who are you lot? The dragon's voice echoes out. It looks like it's talking to the dragons. And why are you set upon these lands so vilely? Ilmastrov rolls its shoulders back and stands up a little taller.
Stirring.
The other dragon sort of moves to stand by its side. She is much bigger than them.
Adalaie leans over to Emma. We should probably go.
Yeah, Alice starts ushering the kids behind her.
Baronel has wrapped himself around the thing and looks down at you guys. Don't even think about it.
We're literally on a platform in the sky, surrounded by lava. Great idea.
Just saying.
And a dragon or two, or three.
Well, you have to.
Alice would like to start collecting children and people who can fly, so Kai and Ryan.
Leave this city. This land is not yours, and it never has been. Go back to whence you came. I'm sure you have things to do back home that are more pressing than seeking petty vengeance on lowly humans. It snarls. The Master of snarls. They have stolen from me! This is the most heinous of crimes! I want my vengeance! And tilts its head. By whose laws? An empire that no longer exists? Fallen while you were asleep? The only laws of this land are the ones you make. And I will make the laws for this dealing here. And those are that you will leave, or you will perish. I think they are simple enough for even the dullest of you to understand. Aracentra growls and looks at Ilmastrov. Are you going to let that stand? And the large dragon walks forward. I am Solarisa, the Radiant Champion. Who are you? I ask again. Terracentra is actually the first one to introduce herself. I am Terracentra, the Verdant Queen. Ilmastrov, the Crimson King. Aron, the Obsidian Executioner. And she nods. generals, if I am not mistaken, in a conflict deader than you. Terra Sentra sort of growls. The Radiant Champion was supposed to be dead. That is what the legends say. We agreed upon the slaying would be the story for our little deal. We are not human so long ago. He won his wager, and I won mine. Suppose that's all that matters in the end. And the other dragons sort of growl. Now, like I said, if you want your revenge, you'll have to get it on this world's terms. The world has changed a lot since you've been in your captivity. Go home. See how it's changed. See how the mighty have fallen. The dragons, weir. One, the Master of leans down and growls to you all, "This isn't over." And they all begin to fly away.
Does our dormant loyalty go away?
No.
Does the ring around me go away?
No.
Lovely.
Great.
The dragon, Celercia, kind of shrinks in size to be kind of like a little bigger than like a couple horses.
Oh my.
And you see she flies up to the bell tower where there's an opening and a couple figures climb onto it. Because this is an audio medium, Alice just readied her camera and took a picture.
Jane is gonna go over to Alice and admire the different pictures.
The dragon flies away into the distance, but it returns eventually. This time without passengers on its back, and it flies toward you all.
Yeah, we don't know who
How are we going to get down from here?
I'm pretty sure the big shiny one just told us not to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we did have to, Ryan, I, and Kai can probably fly us all down. Just saying.
It flies forward. And it makes its looks at you all. Most of you are Kingmakers, if I am not mistaken.
Most? All of us should be.
That's correct.
There are they with you as well.
Oh, right.
Kids, Alec, Eva, and Mikkel have not left as well.
Fair.
Yep. Yeah, that is correct.
And she shakes her head and sort of mutters to herself, "The mighty have fallen indeed."
Ouch. But honestly, yes.
Do you need a ride?
If we could go straight down, there are people in Central Market that need our help.
She looks down and sort of narrows her gaze. I would not worry about that at the moment.
What should we worry about?
Yourselves for now.
Atlas gives the most deadpan look and kind of gives Alec a look that's like, you put her up to this, didn't you?
Alec puts her hands up, but he also gives you like the, see? Even the dragon thinks so!
Where should we go?
I will take you to a field outside the city. The danger has not yet passed. The dragons may flee, but an army approaches.
There
Oh, the
are
orc
still
car.
people. We can't just leave everyone.
Alice, there is other people helping. Do you remember the museum?
She ignores Adalaie and like turns to Alec.
Eos!
I like sighs and sort of looks at Eva. And Eva rolls her eyes. If it makes you feel any better, whatever. And she'll hop down.
Wait.
Yes!
Just to make sure you do a fantastic job, Alice will pick up a big, thick clump of jewelry and hand it out to Eva.
She continues hopping away. Well,
For the record, I don't feel good about abandoning an entire city of suffering people.
the dragon sort of looks down at you. Again, I would not worry about that. There are more pressing matters to focus upon.
Yes, we would love a ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does everyone climb on the dragon?
Yes.
Does Alec?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alec and Mikkel do. As well. Mikkel's still here. Looking very like, why? Why did I sign myself up for this? Just why? I thought I was gonna protect them from rioters, not dragons.
Well, when you get one side of the coin, you get the whole bunch.
And she flies you over to like a hill outside of town. And as she lands, and once all of you get off her back, she glows and then transforms into a more human-like figure. She has very long blonde hair. She keeps her sort of angel-like wings. And she lands and her eyes stay this draconic slitted yellow. Well. She shakes her head and she points out toward the south. There is an army on the horizon of darkness. It will be coming soon. My orders are to make sure this city stands and survives the night. So, that is what we will be doing. Making sure this city stands.
Actually, what level of a stop holding back would it be to get rid of the...
You know what it is, because I've done it before to you guys.
Was it the Matthias that you will die?
Uh-huh. The yeppers. Yeppity yep.
How did we get it to lower slightly?
Over time. In any case, a more formal introduction. In case you didn't hear earlier. You may call me Solarisa. And, she looks... Alice, you currently have the Angel's Wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is a pleasure to see the remnants of an old friend. And she nods at the sword.
Doing just like I knew it.
The
Things
remnants
relics.
of Andros.
They belonged to a friend of mine. Centuries past.
Fantastic.
Yes. Well, what can you all do? How can you help me stop an army?
I'm decent with defense and a little bit of an attack.
Good at lookouts?
I'm good at building, fortifying, and evac.
Well, we'll put people on evacuation in a bit. We have some... Well, the dragons chased a large majority of the people out of the city. Unfortunately, out of the city meant south.
Was
So,
that their
there is
goal?
really no place to evacuation. Well, they did come in the same direction as the army. They must have seen it approaching at the very least. Perhaps they planned the attack to coincide.
Not surprised.
But I'm going to fly ahead. Do as you will here. I will return with information upon the army's movements.
Lovely.
And Celercia's angelic wings flap and she flies off. You notice that she pauses and lands at some point and then takes off again. Maybe like a mile in another direction before flying due south.
Who gave her orders? She said she got orders.
Should we start building something?
We'll fortify the city and prepare it for an attack.
Okay, how do we fortify a city?
That has just been destroyed.
Yeah.
That has just been destroyed.
None of us have terraforming.
Anymore.
Cough, cough. Aron would be a good help here, but that's not happening.
Shame.
I'm gonna go over to
Matthias, but he's
Eos
dead.
and Alec and start strategizing.
Who are you going over to?
Eos and Alec.
Okay. Alec has been talking to Mikkel and has flicked him a speaking stone.
Oh yes, sending stone.
Sending stone, yes. My brain.
So Jane is basically our healer, if I'm remembering correct.
Yes.
Emma.
Currently. Yes.
Actually, you have the goddess of war tactics on your side. Can you speak to her, please?
Oh, actually, yeah. Does Athena want to just hang out for a bit?
Help us out?
Weigh in on this conversation.
I have never fought an Orca before.
She said she's never fought an Orcar before. You've fought a lot of powerful things, though, including dragons. Any tips?
Victory against dragons is uncertain, but victory against powerful enemies can be assured if we want them not to attack the city, and we think we could outnumber or outforce, we should meet them.
Well, she says meet her out there.
If you think you can outpower them. We know nothing of their forces at the moment. Information is power, and we have none.
We need to know if they're fallen Orcar or sentient Orcar. That makes a world of difference.
So Larissa would be the one to tell us that.
I'm going to walk over to Alice and Alec.
Alice and Alice, yes.
So we have an individual who's flown away and is going to be providing us with information on the army later.
Alec nods and looks at Mikkel. Use that to get in contact with everyone else on the network. I want everyone in the city helping with evacuation or protection.
Evacuation or protection.
What weapons do we have?
And Mikkel walks away and starts sending messages with the sending stone.
We need to take inventory. What weapons do we have? At our disposal, at least.
Blue heart weapon, blue heart arrows, and a bow.
Well, we should go and see if any of the guard is still standing. How much of it?
I have a circuit of protection.
It looked to me like the main guard tower was destroyed.
With the angels,
how many of them do you think were on the streets already?
Can't ever guess. These usually spread out patrol. I'm betting most of us that were trapped in the darkness are probably still standing there. It looked like that had the least violent effects on the city block.
So we should try and actively round up the guard so we have some hope of protecting citizens.
We'll have the remaining bear claws do that. They can move faster than us. And know the guard better than us.
Is there a way to contact the knights?
You mean the Everin Knights, Alec calls the Shadow Hunters?
Yes.
Do you know one?
Yes, we do.
We know.
You have a sending stone?
Yes, I'm gonna go contact him and be like, hey, Orcar are heading to this city. If you want to help.
You get a response back. Already fighting on their tail. large army. Organized.
Any weaknesses?
Okay.
Ask
Led
if
by
he
a
has the weakness.
led by a single Orikar. Organized
Single
forces, armor, blue
So
heart
they're not
weapons,
fallen.
lots of them.
Okay.
Forces.
They're not
Blue heart
fallen.
weapons?
Yeah, they said the army has blue heart weapons, lots of them.
Okay, repeat this
They
information to
can't
everyone.
draft this. Lovely.
Especially Alec and Theo.
So,
Yeah,
large
you-
army, our best hope is to try and fortify something, and because
Theo
we're not going to have the
takes it on
numbers.
its own and starts contacting the devs.
Alice, do you intend to be on the front lines fighting?
I can't fight for shit, but I can strategize like
Ale-
a pro.
Alice,
Then it might be better if I have the angel's wing because my healing can be more.
Alice, you were in
Absolutely.
Italy, France area during World War II, yes?
How is that important?
Yes, I did evac in both world wars.
Do you remember the tunnels? Do you know if there's any mines around here?
Well, there are tunnels in the city, aren't there? But they're not very safe.
The definition of unsafe, actually. Alec
Especially-
chimes in.
I think those are plan like F on our list. It is a plan that we do have in our mind, but it's not a good idea, especially not after the entire city was shaken by 3 dragons fighting in it. The tunnels are going to be super unstable.
Yeah,
I
and
remember my father
old-
talking.
they're old tribal tunnels, Alec chimes in. There are some creatures trapped down there from old rituals. It's dangerous to traverse.
Oh, lovely. The
Now
knights are on the back end of it.
this suggestion's very unsavory. But I remember my father talking about when he was in the war, and they used the sewer system in France.
How large is the sewer system here?
It's not very.
Not big
So-
enough for.
It's certainly not enough for a whole city's worth of people. And since
Yeah.
all of this destruction, it's probably not very stable right now.
Lovely. The dragon, perfect weakness.
It's a good. Those are both good ideas, except for the whole fact that being underground in an unstable city is never a good idea.
Well, being on top of ground
No.
just leaves you.
But how many of you can fly? You could do aerial evacuation.
I can fly. I can basically turn into any size of bird possible.
Yeah, and he points a kite. You said something about gravity controlling, and Ryan raises his hand.
Ryan
He can
has
fly
wings.
as well. And I can grant other people flight too.
Yeah. Only
So
problem
that's
is enemies
3.
are covered from head to toe in blue hearts, and that is kind of sort of not.
Alex sort of like makes a face like, man, that is really sucky for us in particular.
Yep.
I pat Alec on the back.
It's fine.
Oh, and
There are ways to counter blue heart weaponry, but it's not stuff we shout around.
I think this is kind of useful information for all of us at the moment.
Also, question:
Mm.
landmines? Question mark.
We can make those.
Alec will look at all of you. What can you tell us of the Orcas? You've been there, you know stuff, right?
Okay, so there are clever.
My
ones
impre-
that are fallen.
My impression of them has been crazed, but they have emotions that can be manipulated.
So there's the fallen ones and the not so fallen ones. Fallen ones are what normally break through the barrier. They're the ones that are more like animalistic. The other ones,
Yes, they want to reach
And
the
there's a
center of the
ritual?
continent.
yeah. The ritual that they use, they turn from normal humans into one thing. I forget what it's called, monochrome people, and then they slowly shift up. They have a shit ton of blue heart there. Blue stone. Like they have weapons and armor completely made out of it, so that's
That's not really difficult.
He was
yeah.
made to.
Why are they attacking now?
Good question.
Okay, how much news of the world do we know?
I don't know. How much do you?
Do we know about what happened with the royal's death? And
Nope.
No, that
Okay.
has not reached you.
we know something about Solaris, but it was very vague.
Yes. Hazel just told you
happened.
that like someone
There's a
die.
situation.
Like there's a situation. She was like, we're having some problems here. She didn't really fill in the gaps there.
Yeah, and we have
Well,
no
something's
idea what's
happening
going on in the
to Lara.
forest.
The Kingmakers are here. Seems like an opportune time to strike if we're causing chaos.
Didn't you say that Maddie basically left you a fuck you note?
Yeah, that too. That might have.
To Thorana and Laristus,
Dang
some
it.
of the most warlike Orcar ever.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Da.
Oh, just da. Fuck.
Yeah.
Serena and Laristus are the ones that are what we left that fuck you note to. Really shouldn't have done
At
that.
this point, a mostly human-looking woman with iridescent, sort of see-through rainbow-esque hair and solid gold eyes flies forward from over the city walls and lands. And her face is pinched, and Alec looks over her. Sarith, I can help fight? What? You said before that Orcars are more affected by emotion than physical power. So I figured I would
They
need
all
some
have
help.
blue hearts.
That doesn't... Oh, should I tell them the thing? We were getting there, yeah, you can. Well, there are certain ways to get around it if you know what you're doing. You just have to be powerful enough.
Oh.
And better with emotion powers than most. And luckily, I'm pretty good with mine. She laughs.
Well, that leaves.
My name is
Two.
Sarah, though I mostly focus on strengthening my allies, so I'm good at boosting you guys.
Lovely.
Bay of hope and new beginnings. And Kate's actually squints and tilts his head a little confused. And Alec mutters to him, she's new. Well, not that new in the last 100 years or so, but...
Oh, so they are still. Oh, of course, there's a lot more pre-fire than we know. So of course they're creating new fire still.
I mean, it was a whole process apparently, but here I am, ready
Have
to
I
help
ever
in the
met
event
this
of a
person?
war. Yes, you know her human alias. Her human alias is Finna Tally. She's the head of an orphanage here in Skystead.
Oh, so I absolutely know this person.
Yes.
And I
And
just squint.
Alec
and I'm like,
made a point to introduce you to every member of the network in the city. So you've met most
So
of these
many
people
free
before.
stay here.
I give her a hug.
And she hugs you back. Man, this is terrifying. I hope you're on evac. Your powers do not suit for this.
I am on evac.
Fantastic. Oh, you'll be working with, like, pretty much every other Fae then, because, you know, much better at evac than I am. My powers can't do much for evac.
My powers can't do
People
much for
calm.
fighting.
And I'm sure Drestia will join us eventually. Oh, I mean, Eva. I always forget about the alias thing. It's confusing.
I believe she is currently doing search and rescue.
That sounds like her. Any excuse to break things.
So, I think we have a little bit of a plan. Something traps or something to keep them slowed down. Should I go start working on those?
Wait. Alec, how much booze did you buy?
Are we thinking of
Molotov.
Molotoving cocktail? I don't think that's a fantastic idea.
They can be used as bombs if they're thrown hard enough.
The issue is they're uncontrollable. You try and Molotov cocktail an army, and you might end up just lighting your own host on fire.
Fine, so that'll also be a part of Plan F.
Well, more like Plan D.
Either way.
Not that far down.
But should I go start making traps?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should take Aron with you. He's pretty good at making traps.
Yeah, so Aron could just summon traps.
Aron can just summon
Pointy
traps,
sticks.
So.
A lot of pointy sticks.
For the like the more mechanical traps, I'll just tell him individual components to summon, and we'll start setting up traps in the field.
They're very hard to hide though, because
we'll bury them.
Okay.
Cover them with leaves.
A couple pitfall
And
traps.
Sareth will look you all over and sort of sigh and look at Alec. Should we pass? Who here doesn't have a blue heart weapon? We can pass some
I have
out.
a blue heart weapon. I have.
Do I still have my
I
stuff?
have arrows.
No.
I raised my hand.
What weapon do you prefer? I could probably manage getting just about anything. We have certainly a lot of free blue heart weapons in the city.
I feel like a longer range would be more useful in this situation.
Staff.
Would you like a crossbow or something?
That'll be. It's been a while since I've used one of those.
Those are pretty common. Anyone else? I know Alice needs one. Alice! What blue heart weapon do you need?
I'm not
Just in case! It's just in case!
What am I possibly going to use it for?
They work as protection too, Alice.
I break my wrist if I try to stab something. It's not a good idea for me to help.
No,
Yes,
I mean, it means people can't attack you with their magic. If you have,
I will take a shield then.
Well, we don't have those. I'll get you a bracelet.
That's fine.
Wouldn't that hurt her?
Oh, Alice, are you going to be doing evac? Then you might need this.
Only if it
And
directly
my cloak of
touches.
unnoticeability.
Your skin.
Give me what?
A cloak of unnoticeability. Basically a +1 to sneak around. And ascending stone.
And Mikhail will walk back. I got a message back from Kieran. They've started to disguise some of the city using their magic as destroyed, so the city looks empty. I'm forgetting the accents. What am I doing? Yes, minorly French. What am I doing? Nav nods, and the network, which you've heard said aloud, so the rest of you can probably assume that this is a network of free fae within the city and kingdom of Andrathis.
Lots of them, apparently.
Certainly more than 3.
Welcome to Florida.
Where all the convicts hide.
Yep.
Go to Alaska for more.
Alaska is just freezer Florida.
Yes. Alaskan
Bigger,
man
more
tackles
oily.
bear.
Oh, I sent a stone to Batman. Said we have traps set up at the entrance to the city. Give a basic rundown of what they are, so they don't fall into the traps.
Noted. They're heading. If you're in Skysdead, they're heading your direction rapidly.
Heading to Skysdead rapidly, you guys. So lovely. Also, Golden Dragon heading your way. Good time.
She's not a dragon right now. She looks person-like.
Yeah.
You would probably mistake her for a fae at first.
True. Then I'm not going to mention that. Sad.
Does anyone have like any elemental powers?
Mikhail is already walking forward and setting ice traps.
Okay, just
Lovely.
Mostly ice pit traps.
Yep.
nice.
Like clearing the land and then just spiked traps.
And then Alice is following behind them, setting up like cross beams and leaves
I'm actually
to make them like real pit traps.
I'm gonna go to everyone's say and like ask for maybe advice or what they think might be a good idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to yours too.
Remind me of how to pronounce yours, Alice.
Wenshang Wang.
Thank you. Anyway, who do you go talk to first, Emma?
I already talked to Athena, and so I'm probably going to go to James. I'm gonna go to Hera.
Looks at you.
Because I actually know her.
What do you ask?
Like, any advice? I know you hate me, but this is not the time.
She looks you over. I am not so petty. Keep your assumptions to yourself.
I figured you wouldn't be.
It is a large force approaching. You are outnumbered. We will have to think smart instead of with force. Unless that dragon plans to sit on them for us, which would be useful.
Yeah.
But luring them away, splitting up their forces, dealing with them that way.
Luring them away, splitting up forces.
Does anyone know how to make a bomb?
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to plant one out into the field that can be detonated from afar?
Let's see. I have a walkie-talkie. Couple of batteries. Anyone got a cell phone?
I hand her my working cell phone. Here you go.
I take the cell phone. Yeah, I could probably make a bomb.
Great.
Put it in the center where they're likely going to attack. That way we can
Are you going to
support
try to
them.
get in contact with anyone else for help?
Who else do we know that we can help?
Who else is around? Wait, are the people at the museum still there?
They all went out and did stuff when you left. Like, they were doing
I know.
evacuation and stuff, so you have no clue.
Well,
You know that Eos talked
Yeah.
to them. Like, he went off and did some sending
Yeah.
stone stuff for him, so...
So they might come.
Probably more likely to stick with evac than help
Yeah.
fight a war, but...
They
Need
had
to be able
some
to
more
split their
weapons.
forces.
Try hitting up the people in the Mirror Grove.
Oh, true. The other
They're kind of
Kingmakers.
busy right now,
Ah,
and they wouldn't get here in time.
it's a fay they have. We could actually help. I'm going to contact one of the people
Mirror
in.
Alec mutters, Mirrors. Are they staying with Silvis?
Yep.
Yes.
Makes like a look, like gets out a sending stone. Give me a second.
Are you contacting
Both-
Silvis or should I?
I'm doing that right now. You can contact your
Lovely.
friends, because my topic is probably different from yours.
I'm gonna contact one of them that went into the Mirror Grove, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, big Orcar force going to attack the city. Would appreciate your help. Thanks."
Who did you contact?
Shoot, I have to go to the list. I have to find the list.
Yes.
Making me do work.
Yep.
Heather? Is that one?
You
of them?
could have
Who is
contacted
Heather?
the professor
I don't know.
guy.
She's.
Nobody is Heather. There is no Heather.
She had an H
Austin.
name.
Austin. I'm gonna attack.
Harriet?
Contact Austin.
There's Hazel, but she's not with them.
Not
She's in
Hazel.
Solaris.
Not Hazel, the
Austin.
one who befriended Silvis and sort of coaxed them into
Melody?
I'm
Who
gonna.
you
I
know?
thought her name.
Austin.
None of you have met, so you can't contact her using his
I'm
sending
gonna
stone?
contact Austin and tell him that, hey, big Orcar forces, well organized, would appreciate your help, and then the guy's dead.
Is Guy dead? Yeah, we could probably get you.
Please
Pretty
do.
fast. He says, like, he's kind of like surprised that he's like saying that, like, this is probably new information to him. Like, he said it something out loud to the room before responding to the
Mhm.
message. How
Lovely.
fast do you need us?
Like, this is supposed to happen tonight, right?
They're marching on you. They could be here. You don't know how far away they are.
Right
Any moment.
now. Right now.
We'll be there within the hour.
Lovely. We have, at worst, backup coming. At best, more forces, more Kingmakers from the Mirror Grove, and possibly Silvis.
You might want to let them know about all the traps.
God, I
The
hope
bomb.
so. Alec comes back. Still, this is not coming, he says, putting the sending stone away.
Why not?
Like he would ever leave the forest for anything. Maybe if it burnt down.
Well, I mean, I think he
Don't
made a
get any
couple of new
ideas.
friends.
I'll warn
I
you about
just
the-
asked him. I got a one-word response, which was no.
I was expecting a F off or you can suck it.
He's more polite. That was kind of implied in the no.
Mm-hmm.
He'll curse at me if I keep asking him.
Come, no, fuck off.
People in Solaris are currently dealing with something, and I don't think they're fast enough to travel here.
Well,
Can I try to contact Nikita?
Yes, you can.
yeah.
What do you
Nikita.
say?
Oh, I'm so dead.
On Orcar. Big front of Orcar, moving towards Skystead, could limit your business.
Help,
Why
please.
is it every time you contact me is because you need something?
How are you?
How do you do it?
Where are you?
Skystead.
Where?
Oh. We're like right above the market district, right?
No, you're right outside the city. Because the dragon
Right
pull you down.
outside the city, be careful of traps.
You just get the sound of a sigh back.
If you could send a lot of power.
A door opens behind you in the wall.
Fair.
Alice, who was working on the ground, is like, whoa, don't step there.
In the wall. Farther, like from the city
Okay.
facing here.
Okay.
Looks you.
Thank you, Nikita.
Nikita looks you over. First of all, how much did you guys do in the span of a month? And he holds up a newspaper that's half burnt off.
Yeah.
I was in the city on business when a dragon came and started shouting about Kingmakers, so that was fun to listen to.
Yep.
That you guys? And then
That was her.
A murder, like 50 people dying.
That was
That was-
Kat.
That was.
Oh, was it Cat?
Okay, so I helped plan it, but I did try to stop her.
Very noble of you. I'm sorry, that was very impolite. My name is Alice. It's good to meet you.
Nikita,
He deals
he
with
doesn't
poison
shake your
and
hand
assassins.
back.
He deals with poisons and assassins. You might want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is Shari still in town? I heard she was involved in your arrest.
Yes?
Yeah.
I don't think she...
I should
Are you
check
working?
to see if she's still. Can you check to see if she's still alive?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send a message to. He's met Shari. Shari,
Yes.
the one who
Yeah.
The detective.
interrogated us.
No,
Right.
the detective.
Wait,
Yeah.
can I send her a message?
Sure.
You
Yes.
do have one of my sending stones now.
I will send a message to Shari and be like, "Hello, Shari. It is Alice. We met once or twice.
Carcat.
You helped. You
You have a word limit.
Or car attack.
Orca's
Whoa.
attacking. Is you alive? Some guy knows you.
Nikita's his name.
Nikita? Question mark?
Nikita's here! You get back. Where are you?
Front gate.
South wall.
She's alive.
The door that still has yet to disappear opens again. The Shari walks out dragging Kaylin behind her, this time without her blindfold, so you can see the solid red eyes that mirror Nikita's solid green.
That makes
Hey,
a
you
lot
were
of sense
right. Oh,
now.
you're one of them. You're one of
Wait.
them.
Do you two know a violet-eyed one?
They look at each other and nod. There's only 3 of us. It's kind of hard not to. We all know each other, though we're all in very different lines of work.
Didn't the violet one kidnap Ezekiel? Because that's the one detail I do remember.
A woman
Solid
with
violet eyes.
solid violet eyes.
Yes.
Who knows? Shrugging.
What was What was the detective's name again?
Sorry. And her assistant, Kaylin.
We will have to talk later.
Her staff has been pulled out to reveal that it is a rapier made of blue heart.
Wow,
The
that is
actual staff
powerful.
part has been abandoned somewhere along the way, along with
That
her
is
blindfold.
Alice
I
is going back to
report-
work and just goes, hello, and then goes back to work.
Hello again!
I give them a report on the troop numbers, that they're organized, that they all have blue heart, lots of blue heart.
Uh,
I put on the entail and that we need to find a way to split them up.
and as you start gathering, through the town, you hear a familiar voice shout, Emma! And you see Austin walk through the gates, followed by a bunch of people. Some you're familiar with, some of the other Kingmakers.
You're
And
here.
some are very tall, thin people in armor. And there are lots of them.
Lovely, this is great.
Oh, Alec face palms. The black market, he mutters to you, Alice. With the transportation circle to the forest, right?
Oh yeah.
Alice looks at him like he's the dumbest person on Earth.
He's looking at himself like he's the dumbest person on Earth.
Why don't we
When
use
I
that
was
for
like,
evac?
hey, I was like, hey, potential exit strategies. You didn't think to like
Well, the can things are... Well, one, you can't. It's one.
one way.
It can only be activated by candlings.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't. That didn't.
No, it didn't cross my mind because you're
You
not
spent
supposed to
so much
use it.
time there.
Yeah, but not with the transportation circle.
Should I actually go up to Alice's say as well, because I was on a course of doing that, and be like, hello there. He spoke?
He mutters
I thought
this. He's looking at the horizon line fixatedly.
What the do you have any advice? You seem rather intelligent.
Looks down at you all. This is
He's
an
a war
unwinnable
hero.
fight.
Unwinnable fight.
You must be creative in your actions if you wish to win. Outthink the enemy. Don't outfight them.
Okay.
What
The
would they
outthink is not
expect?
What do what?
What would they expect?
They expect a completely destroyed city by dragons
Do they?
with no resistance. They should.
They would expect us.
They would expect.
They wouldn't come armed to the teeth if they.
Alice. So
Yeah,
Alice
worried
is hearing
about
one
them.
side of this conversation, and will just gasp, and look at Alec. What if there's no city to attack?
What is your plan?
What if we just throw all of our energies into evac? Absolutely no one in the city, and we just trap every corner, every crevice. We make them traverse the city, and we make that our battleground.
Like Solaris.
What they're not going to expect there being nothing there.
Walking into a ghost town. That's a good plan. Orcars
Good
lose their
idea.
power when they can't transform people into zombies.
I feel like Solera will kind of kill us for that because she wants the city standing.
No, not
city will be
destroy the city
standing.
more. The city's already adequately destroyed. But if there's no people, like, why do you need an army to raise a city that's already gone?
I'm gonna go talk to the Candlings to see if I can convince them to let us use their transportation circle.
Okay.
How about
He
great.
walks
Ah.
over to one of the Candlings that looks the most in charge and starts talking to them. They say something back and he shouts something back at them.
That's the best idea we've had so far.
And eventually they nod and turn around and some of the soldiers disperse throughout the city, presumably to go do just that.
Good thinking,
let's start.
Alice.
Everyone. We need to get everyone out of the city. And the guards, only the ones that think they can hide well should be in the city. And only those who think, you said that they can make people their zombies. Do we know if there's anyone who can defy those influences?
All
No.
Faye! He says,
So
give me your finger guns.
Do we
should
count
get
as
the
those
humans
fair-
out of the city?
Count as that? Do you have any idea?
I don't know, have you fought an Orca before?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
still alive?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Only because of another Orcar, though.
Well then, I mean, probably. They have to kill you first.
Well, that hasn't happened.
That has yet to happen.
I'm gonna go and make city traps now. Alice is
I'm gonna help.
start work her ass off making traps everywhere.
Adalai's gonna go fly around the city, try to spot where the previous evacuees went.
Yeah, looks like those people are going out of the city to the next nearest town, which is quite a distance from here.
Jane is gonna go around
In
to
which
those who were.
direction?
West.
Okay.
Jane is gonna
Not
go
south.
around to those who were too injured to move and make sure to heal them enough that they can get up and evacuate the city more quickly.
Yeah, and you can see guards gathered up by the Bear's Claw mercenaries, assumably, already starting the plan. It looks like Mikhail and Alec are on speaking stones, just sending out messages. They got the unlimited data plan on their speaking stones. So.
Did Alice give her the angel's wing?
Yeah, I gave it back.
Okay, then that will probably
I'm
speed
gonna-
up her process.
Are they heading to Slanslow?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the knights informed of our plan.
And which direction is the army coming from?
South.
South.
South, so from Vingor?
Yeah.
Is that what it says? Vingor?
You are the one that can zoom in. My map is not zoomable inable. I printed it out.
Well, I
It's
can't read.
zoomable
I
and
can't read the
zoomable and
The
Oh,
script.
yes.
font is tiny.
I can't read the script.
Just assume what you think it might be.
Okay, so they're
and
they're
it's
coming
right
from
now.
Vingor. Have they taken Moonbright?
You don't know their exact movements.
Okay. Because trying to see where their movements are would really be helpful.
I think this is suiting. As a speck appears in the distance and slowly gets bigger, and Solarisa lands again.
We made a plan.
What is this plan?
Well, wouldn't it be a little off-putting if you led an army to raise a town that's already been raised?
Are you evacuating?
Evacuating everyone.
and setting traps everywhere. Solaris style.
She nods, her expression stone. Once more, before she landed here, she landed somewhere nearby and then landed here.
Also, if any of the Fae, I turn to Alex, have teleportation magic of any sort.
Yeah, if we had something that
teleporting
useful, you'd know.
I'm gonna turn to
Because
Austin.
it'd be useful if they could teleport parts of their army.
Who
to
is
different
currently
places.
talking with a very tall, candling woman who is wearing black armor with a bunch of troops in similar black armor who are crafting magic and then turning completely invisible.
That's so cool. Sorry. Carry on.
And then
What's the dragon's name again?
Solarisa.
Solarisa? Solarisa?
Yes.
Would you happen to know which towns have already been taken?
I do not know the names of human towns.
Adalaie brings out one of the maps. Do you at least know the area?
The nearest towns have fallen. They are on their way.
So
The northern, the towns farther south have held due to the presence of the knights, but they are slowly losing. The army is vast and far more well prepared than they are used to.
Okay, so
They are used to
Vingor's
mindless
gone.
beasts, not well-trained soldiers.
Yeah.
do you know if Slanslow is still standing?
Again, I do not know the name of human cities.
Okay, it's one to the west of this one.
Then likely, they have only been to the south of here,
Alright,
and they have not made landfall for very long.
okay.
They were held off for a while from something beyond the sea.
So are they traveling through the sea?
Other Orokar.
No, they made landfall and are now marching on land.
Mm.
They abandoned their ships at the coast.
How far is the
Setting
coast
traps is
where
how we're
they
going.
left their ships?
An hour's flight. For me. For you longer.
You think some of them are intelligent enough to want to fix paintings that are askew?
Slightly inconvenience them.
No,
I was going to more
All of them have wet socks now.
No, actually, that's an actual trap that was set up by Germans. They'd have slightly askew paintings that when they were fixed, they'd set off bombs that explode. And it worked. It actually worked.
So
Imagine a soldier going through and just being like, the disrespect. Click.
Yeah, no, it actually worked. It was surprisingly effective.
They are more intelligent than what this land is used to.
Do you think
There are mindless shadowlings about, but they are
If-
commanded strictly.
if they retreat, do you think they'll head towards their ships?
I think they will die fighting before they retreat.
Fair enough.
Unless
So we
their
better
leader,
thin the
unless
herd.
their leader falls.
They need to target the leader. Who's the leader?
Not with them.
Not with them.
They have an Orcar with them, but I get the impression that they do not take orders from her. She is wild. They are controlled.
She's a weapon.
Likely. Their leader is probably farther on the ocean, still sitting on a boat, awaiting news.
Great. So I guess we're searching for one Orcar in particular.
There are only 2 Orcars fighting, from as far as I can tell.
Did Jane
One
ever get her
inland.
crown back?
And one on the boat. No.
No.
There goes that plan. Anyways.
Yeah.
One inland that will attack and rage and is making shadowlings as we speak. And the other along the coast following with a ship.
You should tell a small
Really good
amount
one.
of Shadow Hunter Knights to split off and see if they can the Orca and the ship.
The Shadowhunter Knights have no naval experience. They would be crushed.
Do we know people with naval experience?
No, specifically in this world, nobody has naval experience because Orcars.
This is barrier.
And giant sea serpents.
I feel like more people should have it.
There
Especially
are,
when you're living on
there
the sea.
are fishermen, but there's a barrier that blocks off, so you can't go that far in.
And all the
Alice is thinking back, how many times have I had sailing? I mean, I could like figure it out, but I don't think I could take down a ship.
There was that one time with one town with a bunch of tsunamis. I mean, that's not from our perspective, but
Yeah, but Solaris doesn't have a standing navy.
yeah, like they just dealt with the tsunamis, but they didn't have any other.
The news of this is making Alice so excited for the future. She's like, what do you mean no one has a standing navy? That means they haven't explored anything!
Okay.
So Larissa looks at you all. Is your plan to evacuate the town and stand and fight?
Yes.
Our plan is to evacuate the town and set traps. Right?
Do you think we can do Home Alone traps?
If you do not kill the Hydra with this attack, more heads will appear. Their army grows the longer they stay. More dangerous the longer they are allowed to exist.
So we need to take out the head of the Hydra.
Yes, and there are two Orcars that need slaying.
Lovely.
Actually, I think we need to take out the heart.
The one Orcar on the boat.
I do not get the impression that the wild one would stop when the head is removed. Both must be killed for this to come to an end.
Do you think we could draw the other one out? If we were to kill the wild one, well,
She
there'd
will
be...
not come to the shore. It is too dangerous for her.
Good to know.
Already being so close, it drives them mad. All they can hear is the Titan's heart singing.
I want to try and take on the ship.
I can take you all there if you wish, but I would not be able to stay to fight with you. I am sworn to protect this city. So
I don't think all of us should go. Personally, I'm no help here. So I think I set the traps, and then I leave at the last possible moment. I gather whoever I can on the way, and we try and take on the ship.
Alex says something to Mikkel, and then is strapping what looks to be Blue Heart knives everywhere. It's like, I am definitely coming to. Sign me up for a car slaying.
Is this a I want to do this, or I need to babysit Alice thing?
A little bit of both, you know?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Killing an ore car as well.
I know we're kind of incompetent, but we have fought an ore car before, and if these are not fallen ore car, then it is going to be a really rough time.
It is.
I'm gonna turn to Alec. Do the Fae think that they could handle the city, or should we leave Kingmakers here?
Looks at Mikhail. What do you think? I think that if we evacuate, we wouldn't have to worry about destruction, and then we could just go all out, which we haven't had the ability to do in quite a while. So I think we would have at least a bit of fun messing with them.
Do you wish for us to leave any Kingmakers, or take them all with?
We could possibly be turned, so we're a hazard.
Is there any ones of you that have area attacks, anything that can affect a large area? If so, you should stay, because this is where the majority of the army will show up.
I can induce bad karma.
That might help. And you can also shapeshift, yes?
Yes.
That could be helpful as well.
Okay.
And Austin will raise a hand. I can also... Let's just say the weather is not going to be on their side in this fight.
You have a Titan, don't you?
I'm just imagining summoning tornadoes right now, and it's going to be a big stress reliever. That's all I'm saying.
Tornadoes would be a great way to actually separate them. That's a good idea.
Tornadoes. I think I could manage a sandstorm if I really tried.
Question, who wants to be in charge of the bomb? Or should I take the bomb with us?
No, leave the bomb here. You can spill up more here.
The bomb.
Austin will take it. I'll do that.
Okay, and she'll
it's like
walk him through detonating it.
She's like, okay, yeah. So like normal then. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like normal.
Sorry, I had to go very basic.
No, basic is better in this situation.
We need to.
Yeah, but I don't think they have a bomb
city.
defusal squad, so.
If all else fails, I'll chuck it into the sky and just have the wind carry it away.
Hey Alice, what's the radius of this bomb?
Oh, it's something I threw together.
Give a quick estimate before you go.
I'd say.
Oh, I can't Google that.
No, you can't.
No, you absolutely cannot. D&D measurements, 30 feet. We don't care if that's inaccurate.
About 30 feet, I'd give it.
The radius is 30 feet, but the diameter is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Radius.
So it's 60 feet diameter. That is about the size of...
Oh, I'm so dumb. I almost forgot the most important
30
part.
feet around.
30 feet around?
D&D spell logic.
Damn.
If it's a spell goes 30 feet in a circle, it's 30 feet in a circle. It's not 60 feet.
Fine.
So the diameter.
So that's about the size of the circle downtown, just to give you guys some reference.
It's fairly sizable, but not.
Yes.
Alice will start tucking in nails and stuff like that to the bomb, just to give it extra little oomph.
Shrapnel? Nice. Fun fact, shrapnel was the lead cause of death in World War I.
Mm-hmm. So there are other Kingmakers here as well, prepping. Sylvia has gone over to the tree line that's remaining and seems to be in conversation with it. So something's probably going on there. Trying to decide who they would send with them to fight a presumable battle against Oricars. Yeah, probably this is the first time you've seen her since leaving the bus, but Mercedes Swanson is also here because this is the first time you've seen her. I will describe her. She is a tall, long, blonde-haired woman covered in scars.
And ice powers, right?
That is what you know of her, yes. And
That's
that's
Elsa.
one of her abilities is ice.
Elsa the Elsa. Go.
Here we go. Yeah. She is also there, and she is, like, freezing the ocean off to the side.
Slippery. Good idea. If we can get water in the streets and freeze it, that way they slip, they don't have traction, easier to fall into traps.
But in any case, Solorisa looks at you all impatiently. So, if we are leaving, we must leave now.
Good idea.
Who is
Paper
coming
battle,
with me?
activate our blue heart. Alice, you have the cloak of unnoticeability. Stuff, so. And
So what was the rainbow hair's name?
Let me find it.
Sorry.
Seraph.
Nope,
Right?
all of those
No?
are wrong. Every single one of those. Seraph.
That's what I have written down.
Sarah?
Seraph. That's what I said.
Serith.
Oh, this is.
It's
Sarah, does this one
Alright.
does this one already have an activation name?
I think you could make it up since its wheelbarrow is gone.
Okay. Fuck you.
Oh, how very Adalaie.
I'm gonna activate my blue heart as well. Okay, let's go. Fight an Oricar again.
okay. So I'm assuming the two young children are being evacuated, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Felix is with them as well.
Okay. Was evacuated?
Yes,
Are
because
we-
he has no combat abilities.
Okay. There was a small fear that he was gonna be like, "No, I'm not child."
No. He's like, army dragon's gone. I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah.
Good luck. Later. Another day.
I'll take care of the kids while you're gone. Bye.
Later. Good luck. Don't die. I ain't being here.
I'm legally not allowed to do this, but bye.
I'm a dip. See ya.
Alice will get on the dragon and send Felix a message on the sending stone.
What do you say?
Headed to coast to defeat other Oricar. Stay safe. Be careful.
Love ya.
Not yet.
No. Not yet.
You get a good luck back. Who is all getting on the dragon?
I
You need
am.
verbally, audio medium.
This one. Alice.
This one.
Jane?
Jay,
If everyone else is getting on the dragon, yes, I will get on the dragon.
it can't just be us three. There's gotta be more.
Alec is getting on the dragon.
That's the other Kingmakers.
Cades will get on the dragon because he can't leave you losers on yourself. You'll die.
Yeah.
He's too attached.
We might be dumbasses, but
What about
if we're nothing but
Adam
charming.
and Ryan? Are Adam and Ryan staying or coming with? Probably
Staying. Ryan is helping with evac since he can make people fly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wait, where do you
And
get that power?
forever. He's literally had it forever.
Yeah.
One of his powers is Gift of Flight.
Oh. I guess I'd never used that one.
Yeah, that's right, a couple times.
I thought it's actually. I think I thought it said "gift of fight."
Well, my handwriting's
Of course.
bad, so I don't play.
Yeah, that's probably why I never used it.
But, the barrier is broken right now, so you don't have to take the long way around. The dragon just flies right through. Now let's see. What music fits this?
Dun, dun.
I'm gonna
Like one of the bees.
update Cassidy on, not Cassidy, Alice on like what we know about Orcars on the way. That blue heart is very easily obtained there, so they're probably gonna have a lot of blue heart stuff. So fuck. Stuff like that.
There is a boat in the distance now, followed by an armada of other ships
Oh.
following along the shore. But this one is clearly the head. It has a ship unfurled of a crown crossed with a sword and a rose. There is a masthead carved to look like a familiar woman, familiar Orcar, Thorana. The other ships have mastheads to look like Thoristus.
Lovely. God, we should not have pissed them off.
And you can actually see, looking up down from the ship is a woman. She's not wearing a fancy dress like she was when you last saw her, but a uniform, a military uniform, a sash across her side. She doesn't look armed, but you're sure she has blue heart on her somewhere, even if it's a small piece of jewelry. But the rest of her guard definitely is, and they even have harpoons that they're loading because they see a dragon approaching, made of blue heart.
Oh.
And that they are readying, but Celercia sort of yells back, "Hold on," as she drifts to the side. You're going to need to jump off on that ship.
Great. I get ready to jump off.
On the ship?
On the
Onto
ship.
the ship. With all the guards.
Oh, why did I come with this group? You're the one who made it.
It was a good idea, but I'm not a good one to put it into practice.
You're
Get
the
ready
one who
to fight.
suggested to go.
One of my legs is missing, Adalaie. Just because I have good ideas doesn't mean that I'm always
not
the best
even
person
here.
to see them through. Oh.
That's why it's
You're arguing with Aron
Celercia
right
tilts like she's tilting you guys off, so you have to jump.
Yep.
jump off.
You guys have a fly plan? Because she's not that low. She's low enough that if you fall, you're gonna hurt.
Adalaie!
I'm not here.
Ah.
Jane. Boost my power.
Wings!
Boost my wings.
I'd like to give your wings the power of flight.
Oh, may I change the game?
Oh my gosh. Okay, 8. Man, my brain is not great right now.
Yes,
Adding.
Creative, because we're doing this on the fly.
And Mr. Cursed, I would assume.
Yes, and Bluster Cursed.
Okay. So, you know what you want to do. I won't even have you. Your wings can now fly.
Okay.
Describe to me how this looks.
So she's gonna reach out, touch my wings, and they're gonna turn more solid and actually like owl wings. I'm gonna grab both of them, jump off, and fly down.
Yeah, Alec can just fly himself because he is Fae.
And so can she.
Yep.
Alice is being flown down and her leg starts to slide off, so she's having to hold her leg on.
Alec is just shaking his head. Why did we let you come?
I don't know.
You're not a top person either.
I'm gonna throw you at an enemy. Kill them with your leg.
I can't kill someone.
Why did you come?
Alice, I thought we had a discussion about this. I can wreck the ships, I'm pretty sure. If you get me on a ship, I can steer it somewhat into a rock or another ship.
Then I'm gonna throw you at the guy that's steering the wheel. You're gonna hit the guy with your metal leg, and you're gonna steal the damn ship.
Okay, I've got this.
Okay, I hope you mean it, because he flies down and he just literally drops you on top of this guy.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Right.
I'm Jack! Oh my...
Hit it with all you got.
That's not bad. So that's an 8. I have no statuses right now, so straight 8.
And Alec throws like 3 knives and kills 3 people. Pretty succinctly.
I would like to add...
The mark thing and try to attack one of them and kill them.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 10.
Okay. You don't have to add anything for this. If you hit them with a blue heart weapon, a normal crew passenger will go down. Because most of these guys aren't actually soldiers. They're crewmen.
Do we still have Adrenaline Rush, or is that gone?
That's gone. You're nowhere near Eva, who's the one who does that.
And do I still have Strength?
What do you mean?
That was given to me by Adalaie.
When?
Tip the scales.
Oh, tip the
Tip the
scales, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do still have that, because that is a, like Jane's blessings, they wear off after a certain amount of time.
I'm gonna be flying around the ship.
I would like to add... I would like to add the cloak of, like, the unnoticed mobility and strength.
Hades is also flying around. It doesn't look like he's doing anything right now. He's just kind of observing. Occasionally someone will move to, like, attack Alice, and they'll burst out laughing uncontrollably and miss horribly.
And I got up to a 10.
Okay. So, you smack this guy over the head with the heel. Crumples. And do you start, do you turn the ship?
Yes, I want to turn it to face directly the next ship.
Roll me to take the risk.
Yes. Can I
9.
go with the spy above her? To just, like, be protecting her from above?
And I can add understand how things work. I just need to get it to a 10, right?
Yeah.
So
This is not for steering the ship.
No, it's not. I can still add strength.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it's a 10.
But you are pushed away from the steering wheel, as suddenly is submerged in shadow and spiky.
Ah!
As a woman who you are unfamiliar with, Alice, but has you've been filled in on. This is Thorana, who has helpfully informed you all in ages past that she is in charge of her kingdom's military.
Yep.
Hello, Your Majesty.
She looks at all of you. Kingmaker, I presume. And she sort of flies over by you.
Not necessarily.
Close enough.
I'm like backing towards the side of the ship.
Can I fly by?
So, and then I just want to kind of let myself fall overboard.
And then dramatically Emma catches you.
Yep.
The next ship over.
Okay, we were supposed to fight that one, but okay.
You notice that a large majority of the ships look damaged. They have recently been in a fight for their lives as ships.
Okay.
And lots of their crew members, it does seem like all of the ships are undermanned. There's a recent loss in numbers.
I'm gonna throw a bunch of my feather spikes at a lot of the crew that are left.
I think they and Ashley would because her wings are more physical now. No, that probably wouldn't affect it. But
As you guys fly away from the ship, Thorana will scream, and you all take a status. Siren's Doom 4. And you hear a chanting in the back of your ears, and it does not go away. And it almost sounds like a song that's very lulling. You want to hear more of it. You really want to hear more of that.
Put this ship right next to it. Can I get to the steering wheel of that one?
Oh, yes, you get there, and it does not turn into a spike ball.
Okay, then I will steer that ship into the big ship.
Okay, then as you do, Thorana will raise her hand, and a wall of shadow will appear, so you crash into shadow instead of the ship. The ship starts sinking. And then she makes the shadow spiky, and it starts piercing the ship.
Great. I'm gonna pick her up and fly her away again.
Wait, but there's still like I'm gonna like scream down in the sailors, abandon the ship.
They're way ahead of you.
They're all jumping into the water already. So what we need to do is we need to take her out. She's the one that's keeping the ship safe and herself safe. I'm gonna hold on. I'm Isabel going for a crewmate on the ship. One of the other crewmates on the ship. Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we have -4 for now.
Yeah? Because the chanting, real distracting. Very distracting.
I got an 8, so it's down to 4. And then, blue heart weapon adds, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so 5, 6 and 5, we talked to I know you. Allison, 7, you know, like what she does. Like, I know exactly where she's going to be at any given time. Learn to fight, 8, because is that 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, because we've been training, and, you know, other stuff. And, will to protect the city. 9, to add 1 more.
Anyone have help points?
I hate to keep it track, but I definitely took help points on Emma in the past few episodes. Yes, I have a lot of help points on Emma, surprisingly.
Don't spend it. I have another thing off. That's what it
Okay, that works. You send an arrow out, and it cuts her. And as that happens, if you shall give me a second.
It's activated blue heart.
Yes, if you.
Which I don't think has an effect on
Well,
her.
give me a moment, just the slightest moment.
I have another idea.
What idea?
If I need to, I'll share. But let's see what happens first.
Oh no, this is the music in the background, isn't it?
She turns to all of you. Well then, if you want to dance. She pulls the arrow up from the ground where it landed, and black blood oozing down a cut on her cheek.
Oh god.
Let's dance. And she twirls the arrow in her hand for a moment, looks at you, Emma, and snaps a finger.
Oh no.
I need you to roll me a face danger.
With a -4, lovely.
While she's distracted, I want to try and desperately get Alex's attention.
He's looking at you where he's murdering crewmates with knives.
I want to point to the main mast and make a shoving symbol with his shoulder, and then like act like it's toppling.
Points at the
Main.
He's like, it's so late.
You have
I mouthed to him, figure it out.
Alright,
He slides over someone trying to stab him and moves toward the mass.
I got an 8 again, -4 equals 4. Lovely. And the circuit of protection, woohoo, good for me. Would you activate a blue heart work in this case?
It's not technically magic. The way that aura cards work, it is not quite as affected by blue heart.
So, circuit of protection, definitely on my side. I'm gonna add, is it physical or mental?
Physical.
Okay, so then what's stab wound as well? Because that one very much applies. Wings of protection, using them to protect myself.
Okay, are you still holding on to Jane?
Yeah. So she would
Okay,
be protected
that's good to know.
well. The wings wrap around me.
It's good to know.
Nothing.
You can continue.
Oh god.
What are your weaknesses again? What are your weaknesses again?
You want to know the ones for what stab wound?
Yes, I'd love to know.
Specifically? Metal, certain types of metal, because like say magic based and whatnot. And if I don't think I can block it, then I can't, based on my willpower.
This should be fun. I'm actually going to invoke that one because of Siren's Doom. Man, that song's really nice as you're getting close to her, and why would you? I don't want that to stop.
I'll take it. Okay, so then I'm down.
If I'm holding on, can I get for a help point?
And then
How would you help her in this situation?
different types.
Like yanking her back to like.
I'm holding you. You can't exactly do anything. I'm gonna add faster reflexes, roll to protect, because Jane is right next to me. Would Fey knowledge apply to this?
Absolutely not.
Okay, figured. Learn to fight as a common sense. That's
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
You dodge. Carefully out of the way, but you almost dropped Jane in the process. Like, you are very, held on to, you did drop her and you re-grabbed onto her. As she snapped, just almost to the rhythm of the music you're hearing, just spikes shot out of the air at you. And she did make you dance to dodge it. Like, you had to twirl and spin and dodge and move in a certain way to dodge it, which is clearly what she meant.
Sure,
Yeah.
Emma.
I drop you on the ship, drop you off on the ship. So you're not part of
What to try and take the sirens thing off? That's another Matthias level no return.
Okay, change the game, yes.
It's a change the game
Not to change the game. Stop holding back. My brain. Excuse me.
to the Matthias level or to the lesser one?
It would be very hard to remove this.
Wonderful.
It would take all of your power
Okay.
and more.
Do
So no, don't do that.
Do I think that attacking her with my feathers would have any chance of hitting? If she has probably has
The specific lore about Auricars is they can only be killed by blue heart.
Fair. Time to launch another arrow and shoot it. Attempt. Now I have really low. -4.
I will try to stab her.
Okay, you need to get close to do that. So do you have Emma drop you on the ship?
Yeah.
Emma said
I
she
don't
dropped
run
me on the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
To avoid her getting hurt again when I get dancing.
Where am I currently?
Did you put Alice down on the ship as well?
Okay.
Then the only two flying around are Cades and Emma right now.
Yep.
And Cades is currently helping drowning people on the other ship.
Oh my god.
I want to be running around cutting ropes and loosening things that I know are useful and just kind of dick with people. because I can't really fight, but I know how things work, so I'm gonna make it so that the ship isn't going anywhere.
Am I the attacker in this case? I'm the only melee person, aren't I?
Well, I just said I was gonna attack her with a dagger because there's not much else I can do.
But as most of you land and come in to attack her, she is going to clap twice. Lights out! And you are all submerged in complete darkness and take the status blinded too.
Oh, lovely.
And you hear laughter around you. And I need all of you to roll me face dangers.
-4.
-6.
-6. Blinded 2 and Siren's Doom.
Take mine down to a 1.
I'm at -1.
Takes mine down to a 6.
Oh, did you roll a 12? Man!
Wait, does this game do negatives, Ashley?
Yes, you will have to bring it up from the negative.
Okay.
That's not fun.
Is this a physical or a mental?
This is a physical base danger.
Hey, I'll go. Should I go first or last?
Let's start with the 6 and go down.
Yeah.
I feel what you feel. I know I can sense aggression and intention. So 7. Always curious. I always have my eyes and ears open.
Oh, right, you have like nothing to defend yourself with. I forgot. This is gonna be a ride.
That's 8. I have strength.
Remind
I
me
have
of
the
your
cloak.
weaknesses.
Painfully
relevant
clumsy. Shit ton of hair. Can't turn off super empathy. And never get credit, but that one doesn't really apply.
But what of the ones that you've used to add? Because I can only.
Shit ton of hair. And can't turn off super empathy.
Shit ton of hair. You're tripping over your own hair.
Okay, I'll take it. So
Be careful about taking your weaknesses right now because you're sitting pretty high on damage right now.
I know, but it's a 9, and I think I can add another one.
Okay. If it's from a different card, let me know.
No, it's from the same card. Understand how things work. I'm able to read a situation pretty well.
Okay. 10. You dodge, but it's mostly luck because you stumble on your hair. And you don't notice, but a spike of shadow just disappears from where you were just standing moments ago. Emma, you need to get it from a 1 to a what, a 10?
Yeah.
So you need 9.
Circuit of protection. That's down. That's 1. Owl sensor.
Okay, and if I don't push you on it, you don't have to justify it.
Yes. What's that wound? Wings of protection. Faster reflexes. There's protection. Learn to fight. How many have I gone through?
You need 2 more.
Common sense of learning.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you. The whispers in the background. Grit mode. Grit mode.
Most of my
Combat based, yes.
It's combat. I could do that pretty fast.
Thane!
Oh boy.
You need 11?
Martial artist. Discretion is advised. Creative. Studious. The right questions. Vitality. How many? That's 4, 5. Please, I know how you think. If I were you,
And please feel free to remind me of your weaknesses while you're at this.
Stupid with loyal to a fault, regime, and stubborn.
Yeah.
Do we still have adrenaline 1?
No.
Okay. Control vitality. Cut through anything.
If you have Angel's Wing, I'm gonna push back on cut through anything. I don't think that will help you here at all.
Can't cut through the darkness.
Nope. Not what it's meant for.
Destroy the unworthy?
You're not attacking, you're defending.
Okay, so...
I know you had that card.
It's probably the... Wait, what am I at now? I'm at solid 7? I don't know if I can get higher than a 7.
Okay, can you cut any more?
Bless your
7.
curse?
8! I'll give you that.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
You'll take the status at -1 then.
Okay, because she's not an authority figure.
And if you did take that one in over your head to the actual extreme of that.
Well, that brings me to 3 attention, and I have not had a single upgrade on that card, so I kind of needed that weakness invocation. So
Okay.
I'll take that.
Is that all you can add?
Yeah, unless you'll let me add powers long forgotten. That's all I can add.
I don't think that would work here. At least you'd have to explain to me how. But
I can use my emotion sensing abilities to try to.
So, is the only one who not dodged, Jane? Did everyone else get to 10? My memory is failing me.
Yeah, I got 10.
Okay. Then, Emma, you put up your shield just in time, because, you almost died the same way you died the first time.
Right to the heart.
Uh-huh. Jane, you throw yourself to the side, but you still get impaled through the shoulder. And you take a status, Pierced by Shadow 2. But this is physical, so it doesn't stack with your 2 mental ones. That's how damage works in this. So they don't stack, you're not actually dead.
Cool. My sheet is like super messed up right now, so I'm just gonna note that down.
And you hear a shout through the music and the darkness, "Watch out!" As there's a loud crashing sound as something mast-like falls.
Alice out loud shouts, "You're not going anywhere, bitch!"
Oh god.
And you hear right behind you, "That's just fine with me." And that is where we will pull away.
We're doomed.
And we pull away. If I can find this. Thousands upon thousands of years in the past. Andros didn't flinch as a knife landed next to him, missing him only by a hair. As he observed the figure in front of him. A fae, to be sure, of short stature with wild red eyes. He held many knives and he looked posed to kill, but of course Andros didn't move. Because he knew desperation, read it in this fae's eyes. Instead, he said, "Why'd you miss?" The fae blinked. "You're like 3 feet from me. There is no way you could have missed a shot that easy on accident." The fae gritted his teeth. "You should be dead." Andros blinked. "Oh, was the knife poisoned?" He smiled sheepishly. "Sorry, I'm kind of immune at the moment." The fae gripped a knife. Andros leaned back. "I mean, you don't have to kill me, and I'd rather not fight you." He scratched his head and muttered, "Seems a bit unfair at the moment." The Fae simply stares at him, so Andros takes that as a good sign and sits down, patting the ground beside him. The Fae doesn't move. "Well, if you're determined to see me dead, can I at least know the reason why?" The Fae twitched as Andros smiled. There was a beat of silence. "You're human," he eventually muttered. "That's it!" Andros exclaimed, practically shouting. "For the reasons." He shook his head. The Fae looked confused, so Andros continued. "It's just such a shallow reason to kill someone, you know? Hunting after something like this just because of that? Well, it seems like a lot of work for practically nothing." "Your kind destroyed everything," the Fae said, growling. Andros rolled his eyes. "Your kind ain't much better, buddy. According to my kind, at least." Your kind are blind," he hissed. "So are yours," Andros agreed. The Fae blinked. "Anyone who would hunt or kill for stupid reasons like your Fae or your human must be. If they're not, then what's the excuse they have for such stupidity?" The Fae looked at him with an odd expression. Andros looked up. "Would you feel happy if all humans disappeared?" The Fae nodded, and Andros sighed. "Well, what a sad life to live." The Fae looked confused again. "There's no greater gift than being able to connect with humans, or anyone really, completely alien to you, and finally understand them. And if everyone was the same as you, well, you'd be robbed of that feeling." Andros paused and dug around in his satchel. The Fae tensed until he pulled out a book of dual faces and pushed it toward him. "Here," he grinned, "as a thanks for not killing me and all." And with that, Andros got up and walked away, leaving a very baffled Fae with a very powerful tome and an even stranger way of thinking. And with that, episode 57 of Kingmakers, Shatter, comes to a close. I've been your MC. We will see you all next time.